Hi everyone, it's Chris here from Kikiri to Kanto. Today we're going to be looking to build a single prize, single strike deck to take on the current meta using Tauros from Chilling Reign and single strike Mustard. Let's see if Mustard can bring the heat. Alright guys, let's start the tour of the deck with Tauros. You see what I did there? It's from the new Chilling Reign set. It's a single strike card, which is great because the majority of the cards in this deck are single strike, which you'll see in a bit. And it has 2 attacks, both with only a 2 colorless energy attack cost. Great by my book. The first one is Raging Bull, which does 20 damage plus 20 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon, and then this Pokemon's now confused. The second attack is Takedown, which does 80 damage plus 30 to itself. So you can see that Takedown is actually a really great setup attack because not only does it do 80 to your opponent, but it also starts to add the damage counters onto the Tauros needed for much bigger, more powerful attacks using Raging Bull. And that's not the only way we can get damage counters onto the Tauros. We can use Old Cemetery. Whenever any player attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their non-psychic Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. So note that it only says energy, it doesn't specify basic. This is great because it means we can add the damage counters when we attach our special energy. We're playing Twin, which covers the complete attack cost for the Tauros, and we're also playing the single strike energy and the impact energy. Other ways of stacking up the damage counters are with Houndoom. This accelerates the single strike energy from your deck to the Tauros and adds 2 damage counters to the Tauros. So again, more ways of charging up that Raging Bull attack. We also play Emboar. This is another way of increasing damage output. It has the ability Fighting Fury stance, meaning your single strike Pokemon's attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. And if you're playing more than one, this ability stacks up. So we are actually playing 2 of these, meaning if we had them both on our bench, we'd be doing an extra 60 damage. It's fantastic. You might think, hey, this is a stage 2, what are you doing, man? I don't see any basics or any stage 1s of this evolution line. You can't do it. We can. We've got single strike style Mustard, and this allows us to search our deck for a single strike Pokemon. It doesn't say basic, so you could be putting a stage 1 or a stage 2 straight onto your bench and then shuffle your deck. If you searched your deck for this way, draw 5 cards. So not only are you getting an evolution Pokemon straight onto your bench, skipping that whole evolution line, you also then get to replenish your hand with 5 cards. It's a fantastic card, but it is hard to only get that left in your hand, and the way that we can make that happen is by playing Duskull. It has Spirit-Born Evolution, meaning once during your turn you can discard 3 from your hand. The rest of that ability means we can search for evolutions for Duskull that we don't play. We're only playing it so that we can discard the 3. This is important because we're also playing lots of item cards which are more easily usable during your turn, making it more likely that we're going to pare down our hand enough to only be left with a single strike style Mustard. Other cards to note are Tower of Darkness, another single strike card, which means that we are able to draw more. So if we discard one of the many single strike cards we're playing, we're able to draw 2 more cards. So that just adds to our ability to draw through the deck. We're also playing Bruno. This is great for hand recovery. If we have been knocked out the previous turn, it allows us to shuffle our hand into our deck and draw 7. Even if we weren't knocked out the previous turn, it does allow us to draw 4, and that can actually be pretty useful, that low hand count, considering we are playing that Mustard card, which maybe next turn we'd want to try and pare down just to that single Mustard card. So it can be useful. Other points to note in this deck, I didn't mention Abomasnow that we're playing. We can accelerate this to the bench using the same thing, using the single strike Mustard, and this ability allows us to give an extra 50 HP to our single strike Pokemon, except for Abomasnow. And we can only use one of these at a time, so we're only playing a single copy in the deck. This is actually really great when you consider that we're going to be adding lots of damage counters to the Tauros. It's only got 130 HP, but with the Abomasnow, that would take it up to 180, meaning we could potentially add up to 170 worth of damage on the Tauros, meaning that itself, with the Raging Bull attack, let's see, 170 times 2, 340, plus that 20, 360. Let's say it has, it has the single strike energy, 380, 400, has the Emboar, 430, 460. You can see we're getting into crazy numbers, easily able to knock out the biggest VMAXs and Tag Team GX Pokemon. One other card to note is the Full Heal. Doesn't see much play, does it? It's not the greatest of cards, but actually when you consider that the Tauros itself does confuse itself with the Raging Bull attack, we might have an opportunity to chain the Raging Bull attack, but if we're confused, there's a chance we'll do damage to ourselves, maybe knock ourselves out. Full Heal just allows us to get rid of that special condition and more easily chain the Raging Bull attack. That's the gist of the deck. Shall we see if we can rage against the meta with Raging Bull Tauros? I think we should. Let's go. Not sure about this. Have we just had all of our single strike mustards removed from this deck? Because I have not seen any in a starting hand for a long time. Okay, we've got against Victini and Heatran. Are we really going to have to Bruno for 4 and just make our hand very small in this opening go? Is that what's going to happen? My opponent's taking a little while to think about this. Is that a capture? What is it? It is a capture. Ooh, I've got some big opponents against my poor little Duskull. Gorman dies for 3. Let's get rid of the urn. I've got a mustard. Now, how about this? Does this work? If we get rid of a cemetery, put down a Tauros. That does work, doesn't it? We scoop up the Duskull, so the Tauros goes in. We Duskull the remaining 3 so that we can single strike mustard. And we can get ourselves perhaps a Houndoom onto the bench. Cool. Let's get another Houndour there. Let's single strike raw onto this champ. Can attach another one. And I think, how much would that be? 20, 40, 60, 80. Takedown is the one for now, isn't it? Doesn't quite do enough. Which means, Victini VMAX coming at us with the big knockout. Our opponent is certainly, we'll call it engrossed in thought in this game. Weldering both their energy onto the Reshizard. I guess they're just spreading the energy around the board. Perhaps they have a manual attachment for the Victini VMAX. And then Heatran sitting there to maybe come and take all the energy at some point as well. Yep, they've got the manual attachment there. They have an escape rope. We don't mind that because we can offer them the Houndour. That means we can still hit a reasonable chunk of damage with the Tauros onto this Victini, which would be pretty cool. We'll get another Tauros down, I think. That's Tower of Darkness, the Emboar. Potentially we will play the Houndour, Tauros, Energy, and we'll just try and do as much as we can here by attaching like so, and we'll Raging Bull. So that does 220, which isn't bad. Only 90 left to do on this VMAX. Just making them think about, you know, at least retreating it. The Mallow and Larnering, which just is heartbreaking. Healing a good chunk of that, so we still need to hit them for 210 now. They're just going to come up and hit us for, yeah, the required 60, I guess. Oh wait, they can't hit us for 60, they can hit us for 30. If they did that, that's beautiful, because we can full heal our Tauros, and we have to be careful now. But do we have, let's Tower of Darkness away that. We can potentially, are we going to be doing enough here? 100, 200, we're doing 200, 20, 40, 60. We're doing 260. So we do need the remaining single strike on there. But we do get the knockout with Raging Bull. So we take 3 prizes off their Reshizard. Got a Bruno, which is great. We very much welcome that. And then the objective here, well, if I was them, I would be looking to get this Heatran, get the energy off the Victini onto the Heatran. So doing a bit of a switch there if they can. I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. And we don't mind that either, to be honest, because we've got 10 energy left on this, sorry, 10 HP left on this Snorlax. Oh no, they're bulking up the Victini, are they? Or they're going Mewtwo. So this now, instead of needing 210, oh, look at these crushing hammers trying to devastate me. Doing max victory, so we need to hit 240. Which is kind of a bit tricky, to be honest. Now then, we could potentially do a bit of a mustard thing, couldn't we? Maybe? Or are we being foolish? We need to hit an urn. But yeah, we could maybe. We scoop that and then we put that down. And we have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could do. Alright. So we're going to scoop that. Put it back down. We're gonna I guess Old Cemetery. Let's just get this right. We need to get 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and we'll attach one of the energy, right? So Old Cemetery. We're gonna attach this. Gonna Duskull the rest away. Gonna single strike Mustard to grab an Emboar. Or do we want the Houndoom? Houndoom would get us 20, 40 and more damage. But we could also draw the Houndoom and have the Emboar. So I think it's worth gambling, isn't it? Emboar. We do draw the we do draw the Houndoom. And we hit the urns. So that is a cracking gamble there. We're going to put Houndoom into play. We need to make sure we Urn of Vitality. Single strike back into the deck. Urn of Vitality. Single strike back into the deck. We're going to single strike Raw onto this guy. We're going to single strike Raw onto this guy and see how much damage we're doing. Raging Ball does 210. Oh, if it didn't have the big charm on, we would have had him. Still, a sizable amount of damage. Who are we going to give him now? Let's give him Duskull. If they don't Marnie us, we have boss in hand, basically. They don't Marnie us. So we have boss in hand. They're going to be trying to remove some of our energy. We've still got plenty of energy on there to do the remaining 30 damage on the Victini VMAX. I'm getting a bit excited, but you know, it's some of these things are too good to be true sometimes. Ah, the cheeky bastards. Oh wait, no, it's fine. Oh no, we can't attach to, oh god. Oh god. We can't boss for game. Did we just hold? Do we hold our nerve? Or are they gonna boss us? We can still do the damage with the Houndour though. So I think we hold. We just hold our hand. Either they knock this out, they boss this up, or they do nothing, or they Cheryl this, and then I'm truly devastated. I don't mind them bossing the Tauros, because I know that I've put 2 single strike energy back into the deck, right? So that would be enough for Houndoom to take the knockout. We've still got enough on the Tauros. If I was them, I'd potentially hold and not knock out the Duskull, you know? But they're gonna knock it out, and we've got the boss in hand. So let's just double check we're okay. We're doing 80 damage. Oh no, we're gonna do Raging Bull, which is even more. And we boss. Let's give Tauros the win. We could flex in terms of the amount of damage, couldn't we? We're gonna... Let's Houndoom. Gotta be careful. I don't want to absolutely kill the Tauros in this flex. So that's doing 80. It's got 100 damage on it. So that is doing 220, 40. Wait, does this just knock out the Mewtwo as it is? I don't want to risk it. But that's doing an extra 30. That's doing 220, 40, 60. I think it is, isn't it? But they've got something fiery on there. So we're just gonna, for safety, knock them out. Well and truly, it was maybe not gonna do enough because they had, oh, it was probably just enough. I was panicking there, but that was great. This could be good. I can't remember now if we were going second or not. I can't remember. Ah, it's a shame. In which case we will go a little something like this. Old Cemetery, attach, pass. We're hoping they don't come out hot. It's really painful with this deck going first because we tend to get knocked out and we don't like that. It'd be delightful to not get knocked out. What does our opponent have for us? I've got all the time in the world, mate. Don't you worry about me. Eesh. Single strike Urshifu. Okay. So we are simply evolving attaching and taking down. Got another Tauros, probably quite useful. I don't know if they can accelerate enough this turn for this Urshifu. But if they evolve to Urshifu VMAX, then I guess they can do the 1 energy, whatever it's called. I've forgotten what it's called now. But it's some kind of 1 energy. Or is that the other one? Is that Rapid Strike? They might just laser focus, right? Laser. Okay, so they're doing 100 with beatdown. But I don't believe they can get 3 energy this turn. They're going to single strike or roar for 1, and then they can attach for another. But you know. Okay, we're getting Marnied. Could be good, could be bad, let's see. Not great, Bob. We can hit them for a sizable chunk of damage, let's say that. How much are we hitting for if we do another single strike roar? That'll be another 20, 40, 60. That would be 90, 100. Should we hit them for a whole bunch of damage? That's using the Old Cemetery. We're going to attach an energy like this. Then using this, we're going to single strike roar 1 more onto here. I haven't done the maths, I can't be bothered, but let's just have a nice surprise and see how much Raging Bull does. It does 300. Oh, we are 10 shy of a knockout there. That is so unfortunate. Good news is, if they decide they still want to attack with this guy, even though they're on at 320 damage, we've got the twin we need on the following Tauros. So, nah, you see, look, they're going for Houndoom for this knockout, aren't they? They're like, we need to save Urshifu. They might even Cheryl if they have one. Yeah, that's wise. Very wise. You're so wise. Except they did. Oh, my opponent just played an energy, forgetting Old Cemetery was in play. That, you just hate to see that. Knocked themselves out. Let's give them the well played, just to be sarcastic. Be a little bastard. Well played, sir. That's, you hate to see that. I do feel for them. I feel for them. But I also love it. So we only need to take 2. We could try and hit a Dedenne or something else. Or simply just aim to get 2 of their single prizes. Alright, so we can do something here. What can we do? In theory, we might be able to. I'm just trying to think if we might be able to get the Duskull out and use the single stripe mustard, is what I'm thinking. Because if we quick ball, let's try and do this. So we're going to take advantage of this. We'll see what happens off the draw here, to be honest. Oh, I should have towered away the tower, because now I've really screwed us. We do have a Bruno instead, perhaps. So we could... Or do we just want to play it simple? Twin. 24, so we're doing 40, 60. Oh, that's not enough. Eesh. Oh no, it is enough if we have enough. If we still have one more of our thingies in the deck. We do. We've just got enough to take this guy out. Whew. That was a close one. Let's get rid of the tower. Put down another Houndour, and then we'll Bruno. So takedown should just about do it, which is a relief. Let's Vitality a couple of these back in for as we need it. Got Houndoom coming up next, which is good. Yeah, we'll just take down. And then we just need one more prize. Okay. How does our opponent respond here? Because I suppose in theory they will have 3 energy turn if they can evolve this Houndour. Choosing to manually attach to this guy, and they're just going to keep attacking with these ones. But really, if we can accelerate with both of ours, 20, 40, we're going to be doing 90 damage. Is that going to be enough? It is. Ah, They are mining us, which could prevent us from getting the evolution of the Houndoom that we need. Oh, they've mined us into an absolute stinker of a hand. Oh, please don't be Marnie for game there. We are doing so well. Keeping this Urshifu V at bay. They're going to be charging up another one. I guess one of their Urshifus. That is an upsetting Marnie. It's got to be said. Gutting. Okay. Ooh. Can we use this to draw? What do we want to draw? We're going to have to use the Tauros to draw, painfully. We do get another Tauros. Can we try and trap something? With a boss. But we don't necessarily want to trap anything, because we want to knock this guy out. So let's just attach here. What are they doing? They're doing 70. So they wouldn't knock him out. Let's just pass. If they try and take the knockout on this Houndour, that will be a mistake, because we can again single strike raw onto the Tauros. If they can gust up the Tauros, they won't be doing enough damage, I don't believe. Oh wait. They will be doing enough damage with the single strike Urshifu, won't they? So if they've got boss with this guy, then we've kind of misplayed. I was hoping they would just swing to Houndour, but I guess they know that we'll come and finish them off if so. They do need to get their V into the active. This is the time for their big hitters. Ooh, you bastards. Very good. Escape rope. Okay, well let's put this guy up and hope for a manual attachment next turn, because we do have boss in hand. Top deck energy, top deck energy. Or a Houndoom. We will take Bruno, I think. Should we see some more cards, or should we Bruno first? Let's see some more cards. Oh yeah, we couldn't Bruno because we need the boss, but we do find the energy. We're going to put Old Cemetery down first, and then do this. Is it doing enough? Yeah, it is doing enough. Of course it's doing enough. We're going to boss this up. 40, 80, 100, 120. And we take the win against Urshifu V Max and V. Great stuff.